5 seconds remaining.
I'm kind of taking in these picks, seeing how it's going along, and I mean, this is pretty interesting. These picks came out very, very quickly, so just kind of countering each other one by one. NaVi picking up the first pick, Earthshaker, and then they followed it up with the Clockwork Necrophos. As soon as they see the Earthshaker, Clockwork very good against the Earthshaker, but immediate Skywrath pickup right after that.
Dire team ban. Team Empire's turn to pick.
That is one of the reasons. It is technically pretty good against Clockwork too. You have to get the Blade Mail before it actually, you know, is effective against Skywrath. Remaining. If you don't have the Blade Mail, cogging yourself in is going to be the death of you.
5 seconds remaining.
Skywrath, not the worst pickup. I think it's pretty solid here, especially since you have an Earthshaker to set you up. The two of these heroes together can definitely make things happen around the map.
Dire team pick.
Bang.
Ten seconds remaining.
I think Team Spirit just won with it, right? Or did they lose that game? No, they lost that game, right? It was the first game. Okay, okay. Well, actually, has Bane won it all? I was just silent. I was taking my time to dissolve it, but it's hard to say. I think it just goes back to the whole, you know, Bane is a very good setup. On paper, it is very effective if you're able to get your abilities off, but that kind of is the problem of Bane, right? You are a terrible farming support, and it takes like forever to farm a BKB, and by the time you farm a BKB, it's like game over. It's already too late. So it really relies on good positioning, and if you are able to get the spells off, great. If not, you're pretty much like a range creep.
And I just realized that I had myself muted through the entire introduction to that, so that's great.
Awesome.
They didn't hear my pun. This is great. That's wonderful. I made a Bane pun, everybody. So glad that you guys didn't hear that. So welcome to the cast. It's Team Empire facing off against NaVi. And yeah, now I'm seeing that the 2-minute delay catch back up. The whole chat's like, "You are muted. Lol, feels bad, man."
I don't know who feels worse, you or me. It makes me look insane because I'm like talking to myself.
That's good. It's fine. Well, anyways, the thing that I was mentioning is that it's actually a Bane 0-3 so far in Star Ladder. So we'll see if Empire have the stuff to make it a 1-3, or if it's gonna be an easy 0-4 for them.
Well, we'll have to see. It's getting harder and harder to play this Bane as the picks go on. There's a Nyx now. So all three of these heroes very effective against the Bane, making life very difficult for him. And so far, there's not too much pairing up with the Bane. This Bane is just kind of like a hero on its own right now. Maybe we'll see the FN Mirana again.
Mm-hmm. Well, that could be pretty good. FN played a great Mirana the other day. For anybody that missed it. And there it is. Aosin, Prediction God. He talks to himself during the draft. He ends up finding the picks that need to be taken. It's a wonderful world.
They definitely needed something to pair up with the Bane, because Bane alone is just not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So this definitely helps them out in terms of laning. The Bane can sit in the mid lane, help FN secure farm, pick up Enfeeble if he needs it.
Yeah. The other thing that we mentioned a little bit earlier, of course, is the big storyline here. Roger facing his old team. This is the same team that he ended up going to TI with and placing so well recently. So ex-teammates facing off against each other, and we'll see if Vanscore can live up to the legacy that was the greatness of Roger of the old lineup.
Yeah, Roger definitely was a very good support player when it came to Team Empire. It kind of opened up their draft a bit. Roger, one of the
10 seconds remaining.
supports I've seen recently that can actually play the roaming Enchantress or
5
Chen.
seconds
I still don't think
remaining.
they're very good heroes, but I mean the option's always there.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that it also could come into play a little bit later on in the series as well, even if it doesn't necessarily happen in this game in particular. But yeah, I guess that there's like a couple of slightly different looks this game for me. I don't think we've seen a Skywrath Mage so far through the CIS qualifiers. And Juggernaut, oddly, is kind of not gone super picked either, at least for the CIS region. I feel like he's kind of one of those, you know, he fits every role but isn't really great at anything. And against like a Necro, I guess he can get Diffusal Blade to be able to take off the Ghost Shroud. That's probably the best thing about him, would you say?
Yeah, he
10
definitely,
seconds
like you said, good all-rounder. But most importantly, he is a hero
5
that can pick up the
seconds
Diffusal Blade to deal with the Necrophos, so you can always Omni Slash him. And I've seen this matchup quite a few times. It becomes a mind game type of thing. You know, you gotta have to
Empire's
time it and just
turn.
wait it out,
Lena.
see when the best time to Ghost Shroud is, and sometimes you even see them pick up Yule Scepter for Necrophos so that they have 2 ways to make themselves immune to the Omni Slash.
Choose
Whoa.
your hero.
Holy Toledo. We got a Ghost Stick Axe, and now it's going to be Dendi playing the Lena. So we saw actually this exact same matchup yesterday where FN was facing, who was it that they were playing against? Let me take a quick little look-see. It was Spartak Esports, and FN completely destroyed the mid laner there. He did not know what hit him. It was BZZ, actually. And I don't know if I'm expecting the same type of thing to happen. That might have been a little bit of like player skill difference, but this could be one of the matchups to watch for sure.
I think it was a little bit of both. I think FN is definitely like spectacular on this hero, but he also had quite a bit of help from his support. This time around, it's not going to be quite as even, I think. He is going to have the Bane helping him out, but there is Alina and Skywrath in your lane as well, so I don't think this lane is going to be as easy as it was yesterday.
Right. Well, loading into the game now. Game number 1, Team Empire facing off against NaVi. I think for a lot of people, this is probably the match that people would expect to be the decider of who it is that's actually going to be going to the LAN event. It's the first time these 2 teams will be meeting. It's the upper bracket, so it's not everything all on the line, but certainly this match matters a lot, as Maposhka not quite going to be able to scout out that there was a ward there, and he is instead going to be placing one deep as well. So both mids will have pretty good vision at the start of this, as a movement across and getting ready to go into the jungle, maybe? NaVi wanted to do this?
It look like they want to do it, but they're going to back away. And Bane is going to pick up Brain Sap immediately, so we're not going to see any of that Enfeeble in the mid lane. Looks like they are just going to position the Bane in the bottom lane at this rate.
Yeah. I guess that makes a decent amount of sense. Chappie's been playing the Necro most recently for Empire. I think that they played it yesterday as well when they won. And he's able to basically get whatever he wants out of the lane. Granted, that was against a Tidehunter. How do you feel like the matchup against the Earthshaker works out? Like, Earthshaker's still going to get his farm, right?
Yeah, I think Earthshaker will be able to get his farm. It's not like easy, but
Poshka gets pushed back onto one, steals the runes. See you later. That was easy as pie. And they're also not going to get the block now.
You know, I'm actually kind of surprised that no one casted a spell there, because like Roger was in the area. He also has boots. Dendi has Light Strike Array taken already, expecting General to stun, I believe. So level 1, he's not going to have Dragon Slave. So last hitting, not going to be as easy, and they kind of just give up the first blood. I think it was a very possible first blood.
When you talked about the early points into Brain Sap, it's actually just going to be Vanscore trading hits in the mid lane now. He's able to hit a Light Strike Array there, and I mean, this is confidence right here. That's for damn sure. Vanscore not afraid to just sit there and Brain Sap him. But top lane, Ghost Stick playing on this axe here with a little bit of help from the Clockwork. Kind kind of an interesting little dynamic here as well. Later on, you can obviously have a great answer with a call on a Crystallize, but feels like early lane they might be able to do some damage. What are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, definitely. Juggernaut is one of those carries that suffers against a Blade Mail Axe, but with this lane setup, you know, you have the spin. Oh, he just committed spin. And they're going to go on this, I think. Maposhka's in the back. There's no spin now, too.
Well, it doesn't quite have level 2, so no call, but Maposhka does have cogs if they wanted to try and do something here, and he will get the push back onto Crystallize. In the meantime, Vanscore has just continued to be a bit of a butthead here and constantly spam out the spells against his teammate that he replaced, Roger. Oh, Seneko in some trouble. The spins are coming at him. That last one would have connected. That would have been big. And another pushback. Crystallize, no mana left, doesn't have a mango. So they're not going to have enough mana to spin for a while. This lane is going great for Empire. Oh, and how does that happen?
I think he fissure blocked him in. I wasn't watching, but that's pretty much the only way that'll happen is if you get fissure blocked. I think General outplayed him completely. He
doesn't even have Aftershock at that point. Yeah, there's no way that should have happened. They find the arrow over here on the mid lane. FN connects with it onto Dendi. So Dendi is going to drop, but yeah, that seemed like a very big outplay.
Is this the beginning of the FN Mirana? He is top net worth already.
Yeah, and as far as CS across all the lanes, it feels like Empire is kind of dominant here. With 16-4 versus the 11-3 of the Lina. It's looking quite good.
One thing to definitely look out for, though, is this General Earthshaker. Getting this first blood on Chappie is very surprising, and it might mean that this Earthshaker is going to be capable of carrying NaVi in the beginning of the mid game.
Yeah, you get that first blood out. It allows you to start winning your lane a little bit harder. It does look like Bane is down here. They're going to go for him. Spin now used on a Ghost Stick. The spins were almost enough, but they can't quite get him. And now Crystallize can use that clarity without fear of it being canceled.
But yeah, something I forgot to mention early on was that while Axe is a good counter to the Juggernaut when he picks up the Blade Mail, Juggernaut does very well against Axe in lane as well, because Axe not exactly scared of physical damage, but between the spin and the Skywrath nukes, you can easily take down an Axe.
Yeah. All right, Maposhka, level 2. He's been able to finish off boots for himself. Meanwhile, Vanscore is going to think about walking back towards mid again. FN still having a pretty good time here in this lane so far against Dendi. But the pressure is going to start to mount as the wave is going to be pushed underneath Crystallizes and Snakeo's tower. Arrow?
Maybe he already used it to farm.
Okay. Well, it still allowed them to get the denies on creeps here as well.
Oh, Chappie regaining his composure in this lane, has overtaken the Earthshaker again.
Yeah. Level 4 versus level 5. Chappie should be able to be fine here. Meanwhile, though, Ghost Stick keeps on getting nuked down. He does have 2 points in spin, and he's been able to get himself a decent amount with the wraparound coming from Clockwork. There's a chance that they could do something here on Seneko, but taking their time, waiting for the right moment.
It's such a risky play. They need the Bane here.
Yeah.
If the Bane gets here, there is a chance. Uh-oh, they missed their chance.
All right, Crystallize. This is a little bit of a better look, and silence is there. It's a nice play. Crystallize is able to get the jump away, and they're not going to be able to cogs him in. Nice.
That was a great silence. Yeah, great silence from Seneko. I think the idea was to cog him so that he wouldn't have mana to spin, but I don't think there was any way that was going to work anyways, because it wasn't going to drain enough mana, and he already has stick charges. So very low percentage play there. They had to kill Seneko, or else they weren't going to get anything out of it.
Well, I think that it's been about like 3 waves now that Dendi has just been in the jungle, and he's going back to it again. It's some nice stacks, but it does also mean that FN has kept the lane in the exact same spot and denied and last hit every creep that's come his way. So he is just going to be a monster as this game goes on.
Yeah, and now that the catapult is out, he's pushing the wave, realizing that no one is here. He's going to get a lot of damage on this tier 1 mid.
Can turn on his Bassi as well if he wants after he goes and picks up this DD. This tower is going to take a ton of damage. And meanwhile, Ghostic's kind of been able to keep Crystallize out of the lane as well. So,
the sleep up top. Call.
Open it up. There's the catch. Seneko in trouble. He's going to die. And the rotation coming in from Nyx Assassin doesn't look like he's going to be able to make anything happen. Meanwhile, FN setting up mid lane. Could be looking for an arrow. He's pump faking it. Arrow. Oh! That was really close.
Yeah, that was pretty much a guaranteed kill if he hit that arrow. He still has that double damage bottled up.
Alright. Maposhka gonna head down bottom. Chappie's level 6, so this is an opportunity to take down General if they can find the right angle. In the meantime, Dendi is still jungling here on the Lina. It's really hard to come back to lane with FN already up at level 7. Seneko just used a TP accidentally, I think. So he does end up placing that ward. I think Maposhka spotted it, but I'm not positive.
I think even though Dendi isn't in lane, someone stacked like crazy for him. So he's actually doing like okay, I guess. I mean, it's definitely not great, but it's enough stacks to keep him somewhat relevant in this game for now.
Yeah.
Definitely wants to make use of this Laguna Blade though. Any type of kill will help him greatly, and he's gonna be shining up.
Still just keeping my eye over here on Ghostic and Crystallize. Not really seeing any ganks that can come out yet. Roger only level 4, but Ghostic is almost halfway to his Blink Dagger at this point in time.
Yeah, this top lane is doing great. Oh, stun coming up top. Is there going to be enough damage? Laguna, very nicely done.
No way to save that one there. Maposhka looking for an opening, but it didn't end up happening. He is going to be able to take this haste turn if he wants to, or just save it for, looks like Ghostic, actually.
Haste.
And General with the all chat wheel.
Hey, man. Got to do it.
I mean, he's getting really good at it. His timing is pretty damn good.
They have Omni Slash available. Trying to make this play.
He's got haste.
I mean, he forces out the spin. That's great.
FN TP'd up top thinking that there was potential there, but somewhat of a wasted TP. It's going to just go back to the mid lane, to farming.
And neither team really looking to try and pressure too heavily yet. That's going to end up being Ghostic aiding through the whole duration of the Omni Slash, and he is going to eventually fall, but Crystallize also taking some damage from the tower. Looks like he will be able to escape from that one. I thought for a second Ghostic was going to live.
You know, while you were watching the important stuff, I was watching FN farm the jungle, and he was using his arrow to kill off the big wildkin, and he missed it. And I was so happy when he missed it, because it shows that he's actually human too, because I did this the other day too.
I like that. That's a good thing to notice. I mean, it's I feel like this hero is something that he's kind of become a better and better specialist on. We saw him just really dismantle Spartak yesterday on it. But I feel like NaVi, even though they were kind of struggling a little bit earlier, they're looking quite good now. Dendi's been able to hang out in the mid lane for a while. Jug can head off on his own. He's going to be coming back to lane again, but Seneko is able to get some experience here in the top lane, and they're getting their spells together, their levels up. General got Laguna, or rather Reapered, but doesn't end up going down.
It was close. I was wondering if Chappie was going to like just follow him and try to finish him off with Heartstopper.
Oh, good silence again. And now maybe in a little bit of trouble. Ghostic, he's inside of him. They're able to get that damage out, and Crystallize is going to be able to fall. But they get the kill on the axe first.
That Calling Blade was so close. Oh, FN is here now, though. And try to turn this around.
There's a Sentry Ward here, and they're just inside of it now, and then it wears off anyways. But yeah, that would have been nice. So Axe just a little bit off the mark there. It was another great silence, and Seneko showing that even when he's playing a Skywrath Mage, you can have it as a defensive support.
Gonna arrow the catapult. Gonna get some damage up here.
Dire's
Roger's
top
waiting
tower is
out. He
under
has the
attack.
ulti now.
They had sentry
No
wards that
sentries.
were further south. They're walking back to the sentries right now. And Roger's going to walk inside of it. Good play. There's the Fiend script. Man, Empire knew. They are all over that.
Dire's top
That was
tower
really
is
impressive
under attack.
reaction from Vaspor. He Fiend scripted him the moment he showed up on the
Dire's
sentry.
structures are
Yeah, they were
fortified.
pinging it out. They walked back to the sentry because I think they had an
Radiant's
idea
middle
that,
tower is
that
under
Nyx was there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I wonder if they saw him like out of fate or something like that.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't see him at all and they just expected it, that's
Next level.
very impressive.
Dire's top
Very
tower
impressive.
is under attack.
All right, General's going to walk in for the Echo Slam. Get in there. Get in there. No. He's trying to make it happen. It should be enough now. I think. Possibly. Echo? Mystic Flare?
Dire's top
Everything?
tower has
No, the Nightmare.
What?
And now the stick charges. And now the
Oh,
turn.
that timing.
Oh, God, no, Navi. They're trying to face him, trying to see if they can get that kill. General will again escape, and Reaper twice, live both times. But they dropped everything on Chappie. This hero is insane.
So I was kind of theory crafting this as one of the reasons why Bane would be picked up. And I was thinking to myself, I think it's actually pretty good to use sleep against Mystic Flare because you can avoid quite a bit of it. And that just really showed me how much you can avoid with it.
Yeah,
It
that
pretty
was
much
nuts.
cut the Mystic Flare damage in probably more than half because of the hood on Chappie as well. That was pretty hype.
That was great. Well played. All right, Roger. He is again down here by the Necro. It's not an easy hero to kill off.
Yeah, we've seen this story before.
Oh, Hasterin, Crystallize. Ends up getting him with the arrow there. Now the Blink Call reveal, and that will be the death of Crystallize. They get the all chat going. Ghostic gets him
counter.
back.
Oh, they see what's going on with Poshka. He's in position right now with a hook. He's gonna TP in.
They got him. Nice little catch
Oh,
there.
Dendy
Dendy
is
in
in
trouble.
trouble
The
now.
call as well. It connects. Hosal Busoum. Come on, you got to do it. Looks like Roger, though, should be able to Vendetta out of there.
I was trying to figure out what you just said right there, and I just realized that was the Chinese one, right?
Yeah, that's the one he just did. Ghostic just did it to him. Oh, it's a 5-minute delay. You can only do it once every 5 minutes.
Dire's
That
bottom
was
tower
potentially
is
the
under
worst
attack.
pronunciation I've ever heard. I will have a very hard time finding anyone who could pronounce Chinese that badly.
Whatever. You're a hater, man. Hosal Buso. Oh, no. Dendy. Oh, he's going to get called again. Chappie is there. Doesn't have the mana yet for the Reaper Scythe, but it doesn't matter. They still have the kill with the Fiend script being used.
Dire's bottom tower is
Empire
under
were
attack.
all over it.
That one hurts. Back-to-back deaths on Lina does not help him at all, and it's already 14 minutes in, and he hasn't even started on the remaining half of his Bloodstone. He needs about 2,000 gold still.
I mean, I think, though, you do have some things that are going, like, okay about this game right now. It's going to be a Blink Dagger done for General, so there's, like, ways to make this play happen and ways to pull themselves back into it, but they got to start making something happen right now, and maybe this kill on
wanna try
Chappie would be
here.
it. Yeah, this is huge if they can make this play, but Chappie kind of having an inkling that something's going on. They might have to impale right now. Also, Ghostic is heading up to the top right now as well, smoked up. So they realize that Roger's in the area. They don't have any dust, though, to reveal him. And now Seneko and General in the area.
Oh.
They're going to smoke. Try and get out of
Instantly
there.
broke.
Yeah. Man. Well,
Yeah.
it was
Empire
a good
playing
thought by
very
Navi.
well. They're playing very well around this Nyx right now.
Yeah, from the earlier catch on the Sentry Ward and everything else. Roger?
Oh,
That was a little bit awkward. Maybe Navi could put something together here. General's in the area with the Echo Slam if they want to go on it. They have the Impale. Chappie is there as well. It's kind of an awkward angle, and probably a good decision there. Just lets your Nyx die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
oh, another smoke. Okay, let's see if Navi are able to make anything out of this one. I think if they fail this smoke, it's going to be very difficult for them afterwards. Not having a smoke, it's just going to be so difficult for them to find any kind of setup.
Radiant's
Well, there's the jump forward, the call. Immediately gets the spin off. This is a decent start to this as well, but the Fiend Script comes out. Echo Slam takes him down. 2 kills. Now they're going to have to cancel TPs coming in. Clockwork? Okay.
There we go. That was exactly what they needed, and with that, it's going to be a tier 1, and they kind of equalize the game a bit.
Is under attack.
Yeah. Well, Dendi now also first piece of that Soul Booster towards, well, I guess second piece actually with the Arcane Boots. Another hook shot though, and Dendi is going to be found out. They do have TPs coming in, able to dodge the hook. Now they're trading damage as well as Seneko, but it was not enough. He is going to end up dying, and it looks like Miposhka should be able to get out of here. No, all right, Roger might be able to take him down here. Another impale in a second, but he doesn't want to go for it. That's so disheartening.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, Seneko just ran out of mana, and Roger only having level 2 stun. They don't want to walk uphill. Oh, or General, he gets found out. Is he going to make it out of this? There's no blink.
Blinking 3, but
He
might be able to. Okay. Running, jumping, getting out of there. It's not going to happen. All right,
I appreciate the effort. That was a pretty good attempt from General.
Yeah. Well, 10-7 right now. Where are you looking for now for NaVi? Like, you talked about them not having any smoke, so it's going to be hard for them to make moves around the map. Do you think that you can just try and like farm it out a little bit, maybe get some wards up that are able to counter out some of this? Like, you know, they dropped this ward down right in front of the Nyx Assassin when he ended up dying, and it's still up there.
It's so hard for you to play a farming game against a team like Empire. Empire are just putting so much pressure. They're just moving everywhere with this Bane and this Axe, while Necropho's just AFK farming. Like, Chappie is just walking into a lane, pushing it out, walking away, and they just can't do anything about it. Right. And it's the same with FN. FN ready finishing his Manta, working towards that Diffusal now. It just seems so difficult for them to find a kill unless Juggernaut finishes the Manta Diffusal. I just think the damage is not going to be there.
And well done as well. They do end up getting that D ward here, so they are at least starting to, you know, take a little bit better control over the map, so that way Empire can't just do whatever they want the entire time. And now Empire's vision's a little bit more contained. There's still this ward down here, but
are scanning.
Oh, there we go. Just a TP away by Seneko, and Empire now looking for their
opening. They're going to find Dendi again.
This would be really big, and they are going to get him. A nice catch there. Crystallized can't get within range. They do end up getting him and also take down that healing ward. The blink away, realizing it was all for naught. General had to get the hell out. Empire, in spite of getting dewarded, they're still playing this perfectly.
Yeah, just being very patient, being at the right place, right time. They realize that it's so difficult for Dendi to farm lanes. He's going to be in the jungle, so they just find him there instead.
Yep. Vanscore looking for an opening in the top with Mkoshka, but it's just going to be Jug running away while Chappie farms out their hard camp. There's nobody from his team around him. This is so dangerous. And
is it though? He doesn't even feel threatened.
Oh,
look at this.
Yep.
Because he's got power treads on, you know, he's got the wand, he's got a hood, he's walking right up.
Oh,
they're walking into a trap.
They don't even end up using the Scythe for that, so they'll have Scythe for the next engagement if they want it. Man, Steven, I don't know, they are just getting rolled right now. Empire are looking so good.
I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that they're just stopping this Nyx Assassin at every turn. This Nyx Assassin just isn't able to do anything.
Tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, and it's, you know, we've seen the utility that's coming out from this Bane, too. Just in terms of, like, his moves around the map early on, setting up kills, that big Nightmare save for the Necro when the gank went down bottom.
Tower is under attack.
Oh.
That was a pretty important turnaround.
Yeah. All right, Bloodstone is done for Dendi. We'll see if they can start stringing together a couple of kills and getting those stacks up a little bit.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So instead of going for the Radiance, Chappie is going to turn around, finish the pipe first. I think this is a solid choice considering the amount of magic damage that NaVi has right now.
Yeah.
But as this game progresses, you know, the timing on all the items are just Oh god, mid lane. Ghost Stick with the perfect timing on the blade mail. This is why he doesn't even stand a chance.
So how Buso? Did I get better that time?
Not at all.
Okay. Nyx Assassin ends up getting the courier pick off, so that is going to be no pipe for 3 minutes at the very least. But Miposhka having an inkling maybe that there are heroes around. Roger is going to make this walk down here to the south, and well, they ping out that there's probably somebody over there. They are just waiting for anybody to show up at all. General is also there.
Oh, they want to combo him. I don't think this is the right play. Don't do it, General.
Yeah, Axe is going to be ready to jump in and counter this in just a second. Roger there as well. Chappie walking forward. They're still all right here. If Dendi shows himself, if any of them show themselves, it's going to be a disaster. They jump in, they find the initiation, the turnaround. Echo Slam actually able to interrupt it, but Chappie walks away. They force the Bloodstone deny, and General now also going to die. Navi thought they read him like a book, but Empire, they were 2 pages ahead.
They were so far ahead. That was the most next level bait. Time and time again, people don't respect the Necrophos, and Necrophos just laughs at your damage and walks it off. I mean, to be fair, they were pretty close, but still couldn't get the job done. And that's another failed attempt on the Necrophos. I think that's like, what, 3rd time they tried to kill him?
Yeah. I mean, and to be fair, we've always talked about the fact that, like, Necro's a good hero to take out at the start of a fight if you can, and you'd expect you'd be able to. But it just, with all of the great positioning and Empire understanding where Navi are around the map, like, they're ready constantly.
Yeah.
And counter it.
Empire just have some great map movement going on this game.
Alright.
And once again, the big issue Navi have right now is that, like, when they were in the draft, I felt like the draft was just like a counter pick into a counter pick, and just kept going back and forth, right? And then at that point, it really comes down to the timing of the items. Juggernaut really suffers against Axe once he finishes that blade mail, and that blade mail came out before Juggernaut even finished items. So if he's struggling now, like, even when he finishes items, this Axe is always going to be, like, ready for this Juggernaut, and all it takes is one call.
Yeah. Well, and he's building towards the BKB next as well, so that way he's not going to get things canceled at a later date. Lina obviously needs to get into a 4-staff. Dendi has really just been held in check this entire game long, while FN has done whatever he pleases and has Manta Diffusal Blade done.
Yeah.
Roger. Oh, man, he's going to get nightmared here. The arrow is set up beautifully. Going to be able to find the kill. No fuss, no muss. Empire doing it again.
You know it's a bad sign when you're playing Lina, right? And Lina, one of Lina's greatest strengths is her ability to farm. Like, she farms incredibly quickly. And she's like 4,000 net worth behind the enemy carry and mid laner. So that's when you know the game is going pretty poorly for you.
That's not where you want to be for sure. General DD, they're walking in. They do not want to fully go for the Roche kill yet. That's one of the ways to definitely throw away a lead, is losing a big old Roche fight. General? He's thinking about it.
He has a double damage, so he could potentially kill someone.
Look at how much damage. This is 660 damage. Go get him. Go get him, Tiger.
He's doing it.
No!
Oh.
He's outside
the wave died too quickly. He was going to go for it.
Yeah. Now, that's too bad. And now, opportunity has been lost for the moment. Well, let's try and figure out what else you can do right now if you're Navi. Could you try and think about, like, stealing Roshan yourself, or they're gonna go and try and kill the Necro again, aren't they?
This time, I mean, at least this time it's like a better attempt, sort of, because they actually see everyone. But little do they know, here comes the smoke.
Oh,
this is gonna be so bad.
Oh no! Run away! There's the jump forward, the call. They caught him.
That's the first one. Hook.
They didn't end up getting him. Instead, they'll find Roger. So push back from the cogs and gone. I mean, you have to take chances at this point. That's the big problem.
You do have to take chances.
And
I think, all things considered, losing your 2 supports is actually not even that bad. But, well, Crystallize, gonna get caught out. Blade Mail, dunk, see ya.
26 minutes in, 11,000 net worth lead, right around 13,000 experience. Big Echo Slam, open it up, but is it going to be enough to find the kill? Ghostic gets the call, gets the runaway. Dual Scepter, all right, and that should be the death of him now. At the Gege, indeed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Dendy's caught out again. At
least the players are having fun.
Yeah, they're being friendly about it. It seems like.
I'm sure they've all been playing the European FPL. I'm sure they've all bonded over that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the last tier 2. All that remains is the Roshan as well as breaking high ground. So. Maposhka, I think he did this yet. Did he do this yesterday? He was playing Earthshaker, right?
Yeah, he did the same thing.
He was in this position. Yeah, this is his go-to spot.
Maposhka, place award, B award. If any of you guys play against Maposhka, just go up here and you'll probably get a free kill 5 times out of 10. Just 1/2 of the time. God damn, my math is good. All right, FN, he's going to get that bounty rune stolen away from him. And realizes that Roger's in the area. The unfortunate part is that's probably one of the most productive things the Nyx has been able to do today. It's been a rough go for him. And it's not even so much that the Nyx has been playing bad. I don't think Roger's had a bad game. It's just that Empire has like always known that he's there and ready to go. But look at Maposhka. Oh, the long con. He wasn't doing anything anyways. Now he spots out that Dendy is there. Are they going to try and go on him? Or maybe just break a smoke that comes out.
Radiant's top tower is under
They spotted out the Nyx going in this.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I think this is just like more great map movement coming out of Empire. He's just out here getting information. I think they realize that there is a observer ward on this fountain. That's why they're not making any moves.
All right.
Oh, Roger.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
He's sweating. Oh, the courier.
He's thinking about it. He wants it. That's the Radiance brought. It will be easier setup for the Impale now, and he ends up being able to take that courier.
Where are you going with this? Oh, okay. I see ya.
Yeah. That should be the death of him. Oh, okay. A little move there. Not too bad. Not too bad. He is still going to end up dying.
Super bad.
In the meantime, Maposhka hasn't moved. But
he's actually been up here forever.
I think it's going to end up working out, though. Force staff into hook, waiting for that opening on Dendy.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, it already has kind of paid off in a way. He's given his team so much information. They saw so much of the movement from NaVi because he's been sitting up here.
Yeah.
And look, if they want to go on Dendy now, they could. He's in position. Here we go.
Does he spot him?
Oh! He missed.
Now they realize. All right, Maposhka, the jig's up. Get out of there. Yeah, Empire are having a good time right now. Okay, General backing out again. Vanscore is going to scout him out here, though.
Top tower is under attack.
I'll see if they're able to find anybody. Mystic Flare, all right. They got Vanscore, though. Mystic Flare combo together with an Echo Slam, but unfortunately, Maposhka should be able to find this kill as well. So Seneco's going to drop as they get the Aegis.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, every kill counts. Even with that exchange, they close up the gap a tiny bit. Oh, what an arrow from FN.
That's
a couple hits.
Your phase
all over it. And I don't know, Steven, this is feeling really, really bad. Earthshaker does have a Shadow Blade, and maybe if he can find Maposhka over here, there's an opportunity. Fissure, open it up. The Enchant Totem as well does not have Echo Slam. The Yule Scepter lift up. but your base, as it's being assaulted right now, looks like Maposhka will get out.
Oh, in bottom lane. The call.
I missed that one.
Going down. Both the cores just
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
destroying the mid tier 1
Radiant's
or
bottom
tier 3.
tower is under attack.
Man, they really don't care.
Still has that Aegis on the FN. Oh, Chappie.
Okay, jump
dangerous
forward.
spot.
The nightmare again.
Nicely.
It's right there. And the impale, or excuse me, the
Oh,
arrow's
arrow.
going to go out. The big
What a
call
call.
as well. A nice force staff keeping his buddy alive for the moment, but there's going to be the Reaper's Scythe. So, first lane of barracks most likely to go down here.
That was such great play by Chappie too. You know, he realized what was happening where they were trying to set up with Roger. So he turns off his radiance so he doesn't actually get Carapace.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And this game is feeling mighty close to over. They have one more Echo Slam left in them. They're also going to have the Juggernaut back up at that point. FN diving forward for this one. Just going to take down Seneko. Does get silenced, but doesn't matter. All right, General, show us what you got.
Dire's top
He's
barracks are
he's
under
really
attack.
got nothing at this point.
Dire's
You got an
top
Echo,
tower
great.
has fallen.
Empire are prepared for this. They aren't stacking up. You have 2 heroes dead. There's no follow-up.
Dire's top barracks
And
has
there's an
fallen.
Aegis on Mirana. Life is hard.
I think it's worth reiterating. Just to me, GG's called. Like
Dire's
Empire
top shrine is under attack.
looked so good this game. Everybody could see that, but it's also I don't feel like this was NaVi necessarily like playing bad the entire time or anything. It just feels like Empire has that. Like they've been playing together for a lot longer, you know. Like the big difference I could say is that you take one player out of the system, he ends up going to NaVi, but that doesn't mean that it changes the way that you play Dota. I mean, they took basically the same roster and got, you know, whatever place at TI.
They did have Resolution. And
Right,
I think
but that's what I'm saying
Resolution
is that like
top tier carry.
I guess that's what I'm saying though is that like if you can take one player out of that same core 4 players and then they perform that well at TI, then taking one other player out and then switching it out, you still have basically the same team. I'm not explaining myself well.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. No, that's kind of true. But I think that the main thing actually is like Team Empire as a whole just play better. I think they have a better understanding of how Dota is being played this patch. Like that map movement they had going on there, it was so ahead of NaVi. Like they predicted everything NaVi were doing, and you said that it wasn't like wasn't necessarily NaVi playing badly, but I think it's just Team Empire just knowing exactly what NaVi are going to do. They're kind of predictable. I think that's how they view NaVi's lineup, just somewhat predictable.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll have to see if they're going to be able to throw something different at them in game number 2, because right now Empire were a couple steps ahead of NaVi, and they're already well on their way to securing themselves a berth in the winners bracket finals. And again, just to sort of reiterate, I feel like this is the best team by far that we've seen so far in the CIS qualifiers, Team Empire. Would you pretty much agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a little bit. Game number 2 right around the corner. See you guys then.